Hey everyone, this is Ellison with the Modern Day Sage, and this is a Saturn retrograde energy update. Oh, I forgot to put on some some lip gloss. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, Saturn went retrograde on the 4th. Today is the 6th, so it's been in retrograde for about 2 days now. The Saturn retrograde is from the 4th to October 23rd. And Saturn is known as the great teacher or the Lord of Karma. During this time of it being in retrograde, you can expect certain lessons to come back to you, those lessons that you haven't quite grasped yet or have like the knowledge assimilated into your soul. Those lessons that you didn't necessarily get the lesson from are coming back around to help you shift in a major way. So be very aware of what comes up in your awareness, things that may have been cycles or patterns. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to people who may serve as a Saturn person in your life, those people who come in who may seem very karmic, who teaches you lessons about yourself, about, whatever it is that you're having to up level from. A lot of times we attract those lessons over and over again through different people and situations, especially if we didn't quite get it the first time, the second, third, fourth, fifth, however many times. But that's the beautiful thing about karma. It's going to keep coming to you until you get right, until you transcend that old pattern or thought process, that old mindset, that old way of being to ascend into your higher self. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead into this reading. This reading is specifically for, what to expect during the Saturn retrograde. Okay. And just to keep in mind, it's been a minute. I love saying that. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. The Cosmic Alignment Workshop here in Atlanta in the West End at the Zen Bar was phenomenal and went well. That was an experience for me that I'm thankful for. I was able to transcend any doubts and fears in regards to public speaking. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, what I imagined for it to be. I just had to come back down to earth and just realize that, everybody is in this together, and the offer that the knowledge that I have to offer is just as valuable as anybody else, and I'm a people person, so it was like, just taking that in and not necessarily putting myself on that pedestal as being a teacher. I was there with everybody else. One thing that I noticed with the way that I presented is, everyone was sitting on the floor in meditation style, and I got down with everybody, sat on the floor with everybody, and looked everybody eye to eye. It wasn't like I was in a that teacher, standing over anyone. Like I wanted to be there with everyone else in the crowd, in the midst. So I've noticed that with myself. I'm one of those people, like, I'm not going to make anybody feel small, because we all going through it. I just happen to be able to tap in a little bit different than most people can, or even if people can tap in for themselves. I'm just here as a reminder or a confirmation or to help plant seeds. So, it was an honor with that Cosmic Alignment Workshop. And there are many others across America. Let me stop. No, but there are like a few places that, me and my business partner are hitting. The next Cosmic Alignment 1910 workshop is going to be in Wilmington, Delaware at Drop Squad Kitchen on June the 19th. And then there is another one, August 27th, at it's in Brooklyn, New York. I gotta think. At Nicholas, yeah. At Nicholas. I've never been to Nicholas before. You know, my business partner arranged all these meetings with beautiful people that he's had the opportunity to work with. He's a heavy hitter in the conscious community. He is the inventor of the numerovation, is numerology to help motivate and to inspire. So, you know, I'm honored to work with such amazing people who have a wealth of knowledge. So yeah, and I believe there's going to be in November we are going to Florida. We're taking this workshop to Florida, so you know, let's get into this reading. I just wanted to do a quick update because it's always been a minute. um, let's see what Spirit has for the collective. Thank you, Spirit, so much for the wealth of knowledge and information that you have for us. Thank you for the guidance and insight. I ask that this reading is protected from all angles, that no interference or tainted energy could enter into this reading. I ask that the angels and ancestors come forth with guidance, knowledge, understanding, confirmation, and anything else that we need, encouragement. Thank you so much. And ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh. All right, let's see what messages come up for the collective for this Saturn retrograde. What can we expect for this Saturn retrograde during the time span of June 4th to October 23rd? I'm going to get 3 cards here. Okay. I don't know what they say yet. Well, 2 came out so far. I'm going to get one more. One more, Spirit. What are the messages for the collective during this Saturn retrograde? All right, let's see. First card out is be unfuckwithable. Then we have here, if you wouldn't say it to a friend, you shouldn't say it to yourself. And also we have pretending to be a savage won't heal that hole in your heart, baby. All right, so be unfuckwithable. It says here, if you find yourself fucked with, take a moment to reflect on what part of you is out of whack and susceptible to being fuckwithable. Then check that shit with some self-love. When you're filled to the brim with love, nothing anyone says or does bothers you, and no negativity can touch you. You know what that makes you? A badass, a big old spiritual badass. Okay, so this energy is speaking of having a bubble of protection during this time. You know, whether it's something that somebody says during this time, like I think I mentioned that, like, if you are triggered during this time, like of these lessons coming up, don't take it personal, because these are just things that Saturn needs you to understand and get and not be affected by. One thing about Saturn is almost like a very critical voice in your head, or it can come as a critical voice in your head. But you have to be strong in your own will to be able to listen to that voice, either, you know, take it, you know, and make those changes, or know that you've already ascended past, you know, whatever that critical voice is telling you, and, you know, move forward in the way that you need to move forward. Because sometimes those voices do come, or those criticisms come to see exactly where you are and how you're able to shift through certain things, certain energies and things of that nature. So this is one of those times of making sure that you're energetically protected. So, doing like protection work at this time is really good. Making sure that you cleanse your energy, making sure that you're not carrying anybody else's shit, and just not letting shit really bother you, not being triggered by it per se, and just, that's probably one of the biggest lessons with this Saturn retrograde is not being triggered per se, is being able to feel, move that shit on out, and keep it moving. Okay. So the next card we have here, and once again, if you wouldn't say it to a friend, you shouldn't say it to yourself. Check your thoughts with this simple test. When you catch yourself being a jerk, respond the way you would if someone was saying that shit to your BFF. A simple bitch please usually does the trick. Today, say as many bitch pleases to yourself as you need to shut your jerk down. So, like I said, that's that critical voice. During this time, there may be negative thoughts that's coming or bombarding you. Once again, these could be things that have not been dealt with, these karmic cycles or patterns that may try to throw you off a little bit. But this is one of those times, once again, just to like check that shit. And once again, keep it moving. Like it says, if you gotta tell stuff like in your mind, bitch, please. Like, I don't know who the hell you talking to, but you got to keep it moving. Then once again, do that. This is a time, once again, of great protection. Protect yourself, protect your mind, armor yourself up. Okay. And finally, we have pretending to be a savage won't heal that hole in your heart, baby. You know who the real OGs are? The ones who ain't got shit to hide from anyone, especially themselves. Real OGs claim their humanity or their humanity. They hold these wounds up to the light like Mustafa holding Simba. Can you hear that inspirational music starting? Yeah, that's you starting the hero's journey, love bug. So, you know, uh, oh, oh, these things may come up, these triggers may come up, and it's not for you to hide from them, but to be very honest with yourself, being honest with others about, possible negative thoughts. And this, like, again, this could be like with the retrograde, this could be some inward type of feelings and thoughts that you may be having. A lot of inner work during this time. Okay. So let's get into the reading. Let's see what messages Spirit has for the collective. Once again, thank you, Spirit, for the insight, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, encouragement during this time. I ask that these messages are made clear, that they're understandable and digestible for everyone to be able to assimilate in their spirit and take the knowledge, wisdom, into their understanding to move into this world as you see fit. Ask for your angels, guardians, guides, ancestors, and everyone else's to stand guard and protect during this time. Allow these messages once again to come through very clear, with accuracy and untainted. I ask to be a clear channel, clear vessel for your word. Thank you so much, Ashe. Okay, let's see. Yep, we got moving on. So it's like moving on. We got the moving on energy. We got rest and rejuvenation. We got triumph. Oh yeah, this one flipped over. We have power, which is a strength card. Triumph is the chariot. And let's get one more card. Okay, quite a few came out. We have the magician, awareness, obstacles and challenges, which is the Five of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles, patience and planning. And finally, we have the mental conflict card, which is the Two of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess, intuition. So this is a very highly spiritual time during this retrograde where there's going to be a lot of secrecy. There's going to be a lot of inner refinement going within and being able to use your intuition to determine what is needed and what is not needed. This is also a time of initiations for some, spiritual initiations into like some type of priest or priestesshood. This is higher knowledge, a higher connection with the cosmos, with the universe, with your inner um, with your inner awareness or your inner guidance. This is a portal as well into the unknown. This is being able to tap into your inner knowledge, wisdom, divine wisdom. This is the divine feminine energy as well. So, like, you know how they say karma is a bitch? You know, this is very karmic energy, but depending on how you are able to navigate this energy, you know, you could be karma for some. You know, you could be that bitch for some. So you may be having to play a role, some type of karmic role in somebody's life, teaching somebody karma. I don't know how I'm getting that from the high priestess. But I'm hearing that, like, being, like, having that bitch attitude, you know, being a bad bitch for my feminine energy. All right, let's clarify this with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Let's get some clarity with this High Priestess energy. And High Priestess is a part of the Major Arcana. It is an energy of it being inevitable. Okay, let's see what's going on. This is some initiation type energy for sure. We have Despondence. This is Despondence clarifying the intuition card. Let's take a look and see what Despondence is saying here. Despondence is saying you have the answers you need within, which is what I was saying. Like, everything is coming from within. This is the High Priestess. This is that inner wisdom that you're going to tap into. You need within. This card may indicate an emotional tie that no longer serves you. Remember, how you relate to the issue is the issue. Obstacles are removed when you change your relationship to them. Iris teaches us that the only route out of stagnation is motion. If we do nothing, we must accept consequences. In which part of my life am I feeling immobilized? I know what I need to do. Am I willing to trust myself? Feeling helpless, acceptance of circumstances, change on the horizon, taking action, revelation, movement, and encouragement. So the High Priestess can be very still energy, but with this still energy, it's like you are taking the moment to rest within and meditate to get those answers from within and being able to move on those, because the next card up we have moving on, which is the Six of Swords. This is moving from turbulent energy into the more calmer waters, or stepping from a dark time into the light, as it's depicted on this card, where there's new opportunity, fresh ideas, a lot of clarity, more calmer waters. The Six of Swords is saying moving on. So if you have been in a dark place during this Saturn retrograde, certain things are just going to come to light, and it's going to be made easier to travel through any type of challenges that may come up, as long as you stay in your High Priestess mode of trusting your inner knowing, tapping into your own answers or your ancestors. This is a time of really tapping into your ancestors as well. Um, let's clarify this moving on energy. We have passion. So when you do move on, you're moving on towards what you're more passionate about, what you're passionate about. Because it could be some things that you're having to work through during this Saturn retrograde where you're not fully able to tap into what you're passionate about. But this is helping you, whatever comes up, and you're able to reflect on and to move on from, like the darkness that you're able to move on from, is going to create a passion, a spark for you to move forward. And this may very well have to do with helping others. With that despondence energy, it's like you moping around, feeling stagnant, not knowing what to do, but then something happens to where you're going to have to respond to it in order to move forward. And once you respond to, like, let's say an emergency situation, or you feeling like you need to help somebody, or your help is needed in a way, by you responding in that way, is pushing you out of that dark space into the light, into what you're passionate about. And you may realize that you have a true passion in helping others, helping like the elderly or a family member of some sort, or just really tapping into what you're passionate about. Um something is sparking your energy, and that's making me think of this high priestess energy, which I'm gonna say the bad bitch energy. She knows who she is. She's very much so rooted in who she is. And like I said, karma, for whatever reason, I'm getting some type of karmic energy from this high priestess, like, a karma type energy. And as they say, karma is a bitch. So once again, this is the energy that I'm feeling, like, not necessarily like a revenge energy, but taking all those experiences and not allowing it to make you bitter, but better, and just taking the attitude of being like a badass bitch and moving forward into what you're really truly passionate about. Okay. And that goes for my masculine energy as well. Doesn't necessarily have to be, you don't have to necessarily be feminine, but even if you operate, because we operate from two different principles of masculine and feminine energy. And even if you identify as a male, you still embody feminine energy. And if you find yourself in a dark space, you're going to have to tap into that bad bitch energy as well, in a masculine way where, you don't give a fuck about what anyone has to say. You just gonna do you, do you. You're not gonna have anything hold you back, even if it's yourself, even if it's those critical thoughts that you may have had about you, not being able to do what you came here to do. Okay, so we have the rest and rejuvenation card, which is the Four of Swords, which speaks of rest, recuperation, laying back and just recovering. In this particular deck, I get a energy of meditation. And as I said, with the high priestess, that's going within, doing a lot of reflection. But this is also a time of rest. This is resting from the past, because previously we had the Six of Swords, which is moving on from the past. But this is also a rest that's needed, possibly for reevaluation, once again, to go within and to reflect. Let's see. Let's clarify this. Guilt. So it's like taking a break from any type of guilt, taking a break from those things that's been holding you back, There may be a particular person in your life that you feel obligated to, or there's obligations in your life that, may be weighing you down at this time. But with this rest and rejuvenation card, you're taking a break from that. You're recovering from any type of emotional obligations or emotional ties, because once again in the despondence card it spoke of like letting go of those things, those emotions that no longer serves you. And what's coming up here is guilt. So you may feel some form of obligation to something or someone. And with these swords energies that's coming off or coming up in the beginning of this reading, clarity is here, but there's also some type of severance. We have the Six of Swords beginning the reading, and we have the Two of Swords ending the reading. So it's like severance here. Okay. But with the Chariot energy, there's, moving forward. Like, so this could be like a time of evaluation during this retrograde, time of evaluation, but moving forward. The Chariot also speaks of duality. For some, it could be mental illness. I've heard that before, and I feel the need to say that. If it's not necessarily mental illness, it's like duality mindset, negative, positive. But with this particular card, it's like noticing those red flags and having control over those red flags and moving forward over anything that could be a red flag, having being triumphant over that energy, because the sun is shining on you, and this is a time where you can make great strides and move forward. So those red flags could be those patterns that I spoke of with Saturn being the Lord of Karma, or the great teacher, teaching you about those red flags, being aware of those red flags, because we do have a lot of awareness here. Going within, being able to trust yourself. Let's see, you got acceptance and perception. So it's like accepting that certain things are the way that they are, and possibly changing your perception on how things are the way that they are, and know that nothing can necessarily hold you back. Once again, be unfuckwithable, having that protection around you, and accepting some people for who they are, situations for who they are, knowing that, the only way for them to change is by their choice and moving forward. The next card we have is the Inner Strength card, or the Strength card. Power. So this is like with the Triumph card and the Power card, it's like having power over your oppositions. Once again, that's giving me that bad bitch energy. Like defeating your competition, defeating any competitive thoughts or anything that tries to weigh you down during this Saturn retrograde. This is really a time of just overcoming any competition, any negative thoughts, any criticisms, anything that tries to get in your way of being great. Okay? Like I said, this is an initiation. I can see that. I can see how Saturn would be a gateway through a spiritual initiation, because it's the great father, and it's like, look, you ready to learn this lesson? If you ready, we'll throw this at you. You got to be able to step up, level up with the Saturn retrograde. Okay, let's clarify power. You're expanding. This is expansion here. Expansion, growing, stretching, moving, energy moving. Okay, not being stuck and stagnant, as despondent spoke of. Okay, we have the Magician card here, awareness. So manifestation energy, being aware of what's going on. I see some type of crown chakra clearing an upgrade, something with the mind here, mastering your thoughts. Let's see, let's clarify this. This is like a time of really a keen time of, time of, keenly zeroing in on your thoughts, mastering your thoughts. Bittersweet. Let's get some more clarification here. Bittersweet. Rejection. So, certain things may come up, but you're going to have to be in that energy of rejecting anything that, maybe so let me go back. Bittersweet to me speaks of moving on but with regret. Okay? Moving on but with some type of regret or remorse. And so there are things that you may be aware of that you have to move on from and reject. Like I said earlier, there may be some guilt attached to this. There may be somebody or something that you have to let go of in order to move forward. And this is coming with some type of regret. This rejection is coming with some type of regret. These could be previous thoughts that you've had in the past where you rejected them. Because you weren't necessarily ready, or there was an energy of rejection that you held in regards to, a level of acceptance that you have for yourself. But I am seeing things turn to where you are aware that, there's a certain mindset that you have to have moving forward in this Saturn retrograde. And you're having to reject certain ideas and beliefs. Okay, and this is coming across as a challenge. You have the 5 of Wands here, some type of conflict, but it's like a challenge, an obstacle. There may feel like there's something missing during this time. Impatience. That could very well be the challenge. A level of patience. Moving through these challenges, because we have patience and planning as the next card. Let's get this. And it's a soulmate connected here. Gossip. It could be some talk around this. There could be somebody here that feels misunderstood, or there could be a misunderstanding due to a level of impatience, and this is creating some type of block or obstacle on the path here. Soulmate could be anybody. It could be a romantic partner. It could be an ex. It could be a family member, somebody that you have a tie to, a karmic partner. Okay. But with the 7 of Pentacles, that speaks of waiting for something to develop fully. You put in some work, waiting for a harvest to show up, knowing that, this is going to take some time, it's going to take some effort, it's going to take some investments, and just being able to navigate properly. Okay? Like, this is an energy of no mistakes to me. And we have here mental conflict, and it's crazy that this would be the last card in this spread. The 2 of Swords, which speaks of, having some type of doubt. double-mindedness, that inner critic within. Let's see. Let's clarify this. What's going on here? It's seeing that there's growth. So that's good. There's a lot of growth in the way that you're thinking, being able to move out of that crossroads type energy. So this is like a crossroads as well. During the Saturn retrograde, you may be faced with the crossroad of even having to go left or right, going straight forward. Going forwards or staying the same or even going backwards. But I am seeing growth here during this crossroads time. So this Saturn retrograde is serving as a crossroads, which is very interesting. In my personal life, I didn't necessarily relate this to the Saturn retrograde, but Spirit has mentioned for me to give an offering at the crossroads. So if you are into spiritual work, and crossroads have been coming up for you, you might want to go ahead and give an offering at the crossroads to make your roads a lot clearer. You might want to do a road opener at this time as well, to open your roads during this time so that there isn't any confusion or any blockages or obstacles, because we do see that here. So this is, like I said, this is a time of really putting in the work, doing the work, even if that is being on your magical work, your spiritual work, doing like candle work, road openers, spiritual baths, offerings at the crossroads. Okay. Let us pull. Oh, I didn't even use this deck. That's okay. Let us pull from the Heal Yourself reading cards. Let's get a message here. Oh, hey, girl. Hey, Steph. All right, yeah. I'm like, if this resonates and stuff, like you say, you'll keep it in mind. I'm sure Spirit is gonna be like, yeah, it's time to go to the crossroads. All right, let's see here. Heal Yourself Oracle. What are some messages for the collective? We got selling out. We got selling out. Let's see what this is. This is a number 1 energy. As long as it's not self-sabotaging, I'm tired of hearing that. All right, selling out. Your integrity and inner strength are being severely tested, and that's what I feel like with this karmic energy or this karma type of energy. It's like you're being tested. Your inner strength is being tested. You have an opportunity to act with either fear or love, and I believe that's the crossroads. Like during this time, your roads are either leading you forward in love or sending you back in fear. Okay. When in your life are you selling out or acting out of integrity? Are you in a job you hate? Are you living in a toxic environment and making yourself sick in the pursuit of financial security? This card asks you to find the courage to stand up for your convictions and take steps forward doing what you love, which is your passions. Selling out is linked to the shadow aspect of the prostitute archetype. When you connect to this archetype, you can examine your fears around survival, power, responsibility, and success. On the light side, the prostitute can lead you to freedom, self-expression, and choice and love. All right. Let's see. Let's get some more messages from Spirit. We're not going to make this a long video. Maybe. I'm going to pull from the Keepers of the Light. I have a business meeting at 3, so I'm going to wrap it up a little bit before 3 in about less than 30 more minutes. Is this for the collective? Okay. I just seen the face. I was like, who is this? Oh, hey, Saint Germain. And then I seen the message underneath it. Okay, Saint Germain. I know who Saint Germain is. That's why I was like, hey, Saint Germain. I was about to say, hey, Saint Germain. But then, like, I saw what it said. It says karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path and make room for good energy. Stop playing. Saint Germain is known as the alchemist. He is known for turning lead into gold and being able to alchemize, precipitate nothing into something. Taking something and just being able to multiply it. So let's read what Saint Germain has to say. That's my niggy. That's my niggy. Hey, Saint Germain. Germain is a black name. Let me stop. All right, it says here, Saint Germain was born in France in the 18th century and said to have been given a new identity because he was the love child of two very powerful people. He was well educated and able to rub shoulders with royalty. He was also deeply interested in magic, alchemy, and the cosmos, and able to perform real life miracles and turn lead into gold. Now he helps us move beyond social limitations to connect with the right people for the highest good. He's still a master alchemist and able to help us turn whatever is leaden in our lives into something that is golden. His twin flame is Lady Portia, and he is the keeper of the violet flame, the powerful etheric retreat where we can release karma. And before I continue this message, the violet flame, I've worked with the violet flame before. I was first introduced to Saint Germain in 2017 when I was in the hospital with my son, General, and I remember just taking a break from the hospital and getting on a city bus and, exploring. And I happened to pass by a bookstore and I came across that book, The Alchemist, where I think it's called Alchemy or something like that, self-transformation. And I read a little bit about, Saint Germain. And just recently I started reading a book on the same book, getting reacquainted with what was in the book and how to alchemize, energies and for self-transformation. And also, this is a good time to work with Phoenix energy, work with death and rebirth energy, which has been a theme for about a month or so, or probably longer. Personally, for me, it's been about a month or so. I do have a Phoenix Rising oil that helps with these transformations. I'm hearing things right now, which I got to take note of. Transformation is one thing, but releasing karma is another. So there might be a new oil in the making. Okay? Like, let me just make a note here. Karma is a bitch oil. All right. So it says karma is the spiritual law of cause and effect. We experience many levels of karma. Some we inherit from our family, and some from the people we keep helping out of the problems they keep creating. So that's what I was saying. Like, if you're feeling any type of guilt for having to walk away from somebody that, that may be codependent upon you, or somebody that you're helping that you don't necessarily want to help. That's how we keep karma going, as it says here. So Saint Germain is here now to clear your energy so that you no longer have the weight of the world or your loved one's world on your shoulders. Be aware that an old pattern is leaving your life and creating space for something more loving to enter. Visualize yourself surrendered or surrounded by a fiery violet cloak to release all the karma you no longer need. And there is an incantation or a chant or a mantra, however you want to say it, of the violet flame that helps to transmute negative energy into love or into something higher. What you can do is close your eyes and visualize a purple flame coming from the ground and surrounding you, or a violet flame. And you'll want to say at least 9 times, I am the purity. Wait. I am, what is a violet flame? I ain't said it in a minute. Violet flame. Champ. Hold on, y'all. That ain't it. Hold on. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I say. There are different violet flame affirmations or mantras that you can say, but this one in particular I say about 9 times or even longer. Sometimes I take like those prayer beads or a mala, the little Indian prayer beads, because those beads equal 108 prayers or affirmations or mantras. And there's power in that number, 108, or anything that equals to 9. According to, I believe it's the Chaldean system of numerology, the number 9 isn't even mentioned in numerology because it was set apart as a number that's sacred. So saying this 9 times, or any sum of 9, whether that's 9, 18, 27, so forth, 36, 108, it holds power. So the chant is, I am a being of violet fire. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. And you will say this however many times until you feel the energy shifting. Okay? All right. Thank you, Saint Germain. So once again, got that karma energy. Got releasing karma during this Saturn retrograde. Okay. Let us pull from the I like this one here, Archangel Oracle. Oh, that's the shine from on my skin. I was like, where is that light in the mirror? All right, let's see. Archangel Gabriel. Shimmer with diamond light. Express your creativity. Shimmer your diamond light. Express your creativity. And let's read this. Archangel Gabriel is shimmering white representing purity, clarity, joy, and creativity. So this is a time of purity. Like I said, this is a time of cleansing and protection. His diamond lit etheric retreat is above Mount Shasta, California. From there, he oversees the purification of humanity and the planet. He helps you aspire to higher levels of light and enable you to find clarity and make wise decisions by placing his cosmic diamond over you. This cuts away any negativity so that you can view the situation from an enlightened perspective. He illuminates you with love and bliss. Archangel Gabriel also holds the blueprints for your ascended base, sacral, and navel chakras. In your ascended base chakra, you hold total trust that the universe will provide for you. In your sacral, perfect, radiant sexual and emotional health. And in your navel, oneness. On a communal level, Archangel Gabriel is assisting fifth dimensional communities to emerge. Guidance with this card reads: drawing this card suggests that you are seeking clarity about a person or situation. Sit quietly and ask Archangel Gabriel for guidance. Visualize his vast, shimmering cosmic diamond being placed right over your energy fields to hold you in the highest light. As this happens, know that old ideas and outmoded viewpoints are being released and that your frequency is rising. This will enable you to see everything from an enlightened perspective. Archangel Gabriel will also support you in writing art, or any other form of creative expression. This is a time for joy, wisdom, and a new trust in the universe. So demonstrate these qualities today. So what I also want to express here um is if you are finding yourself having negative thoughts, as I had mentioned before, this is a good time to help raise your vibration. Some good ways to do that is by changing your diet, making sure that you drink water, making sure that you stay on top of your cleansings, making sure that you have that bubble of protection around you, because it's so easy to pick up other people's energies depending on your environments or who you surround yourself with. So this is like a heavy time of protection and cleansing, and just making sure that you do what you have to do to keep your vibration high. And like I said, even if that means changing your diet and being mindful of who you're surrounded by, being mindful of the environments that you place yourself in, being mindful of what you eat, because your diet doesn't necessarily consist of just food, but it also consists of what you're consuming through your eye gates, your ear gates, what you're speaking, what you're eating, who you're surrounded by, you know? All right, moving forward. Let's get some more messages. Let us pull from let's see. I don't know. I don't know what I want to pull from. Let's try this one here. Oh my God, there's so many to choose from. And I'm not gonna do them all. Let's do this one here. The Energy Oracle. That was challenging. Let's see. I ain't pull from this deck in a minute. Messages do you have for the collective spirit? The Sun. Okay, the Sun. It was upright. New beginnings and great creativity. The Sun brings blessings to the earth. And this card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. This card often marks a time of great creativity, bringing an accumulation of important new projects such as the birth of a baby or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant energy and blessings. See the future you want to create and know the sun is shining on your intentions now. Okay, and we're going to wrap this up with the Sacred Rebels Oracle card. Okay. Oh, no. Wait. Let us pull a self-care card. And then we're going to wrap up with the Sacred Rebel Oracle. Sacred self-care card. Let's get a self-care card. Final card. It's not really movement. So if with the despondence card, it was saying like if you find yourself stuck and stagnant, do something to break yourself out of whatever stagnancy that you're in with some type of movement. And this is 36, which equals 9. Once again, that 9 is a very sacred number according to the Chaldean numerology chart. It is a number that's consecrated and set apart. So working with the number 9, which is today is a 9-day, by the way. It's actually 666. It's a 666 portal. So today is a portal because 2022 equals 6. So that's 666. And 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18, which equals 9, because 1 plus 8 is 9. And that's that sacred number. Today is a very sacred day. We have 36 here, movement. So working with that 9 energy today is very, very good. 9 is the number of completion. It is the number of the humanitarian. It is Omega, you know. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. I'm at work. I can't be acting like a fool like this. Okay, so it says here, mantra, I feel embodied and empowered to move with strength and grace. Create a clear energy flow throughout your body by introducing a new movement practice into your life, structured or free-flowing. This could be anything from yoga, walking, or qigong, to rock climbing, running, or swimming, whatever suits your taste. With any movement practice, the most important thing is to tune into how your body is feeling and move in a supportive way. Relish the feeling of being present inside your miraculous body. Diversify your movement practices so that you're working in all areas of your body. Seek out a new or forgotten movement practice to help gently push the boundaries of your comfort zone. It's better to start small than not start at all, even if it's just 15 minutes per day. Get your body moving in a way that feels exhilarating for you. Even if that's dancing, I'm saying that. What movement practice would you like to try but find excuses not to pursue? How would working through these blocks and moving more freely make you feel? Okay, and finally, we're going to wrap up with the Sacred Rebel Oracle. Okay. Final messages for the collective for this Saturn Retrograde energy update. What messages do you have for the collective? Legacy of Light. Is that like the card? It is a card on the cover. Legacy of Light. Ooh, I like that. Let's read. This is like the child, mother, and crone. Number 7. Legacy of Light. You are being asked to honor the legacy of light that is your sacred birthright. Take nourishment and support from those that have come before you, your ancestral lines, not only in blood, but also in spirit. And that's what I was saying. It feels like this is very heavy ancestral energy to work with your ancestors at this time. Okay. Your ancestral lines. Okay. Perhaps these are the beings that have inspired and motivated you to live as a sacred rebel from your heart and with belief in yourself. The more you are nourished by this legacy of light from your past, the more you become a bearer of the legacy for those that will be supported by your light in the future. This is a sacred endowment from the great universal source of light to humanity. It is a light of wisdom, creativity, radical courage, love, and respect that is passed down from the heart of each generation to the next. The legacy of light is your spiritual birthright. To refine and shine your essence in the world, to be like a sun, radiant and unapologetic of your nature. The oracle of legacy of light comes to you when you need confirmation that a creative choice you are making or have made or soon will make is the one that is in alignment with your sacred purpose and spiritual path of healing and growth. The legacy of light cannot be ignored without some detriment to your sense of well-being. If you were asking about a particular question and drew this card, then the part of your answer to your question is that the issue at hand is one of the utmost importance of your spiritual growth, even if it seems like a relatively significant question. The energy around this matter is relevant to your sacred birthright to shine. Perhaps you need to trust more, to know that all is well no matter what appears to be, and to ask for help and believe that you deserve to receive it. The legacy of light also asks you to call on the unconditionally loving support that exists for you every day. This light will offer you all matters of assistance. To not call upon it is like starving because you believe you have no means to acquire food whilst a feast lays before your eyes. If only you would partake of it. Perhaps you worry that you are asking too much of those who wish to assist you. However, this is a mistaken belief. Those being of unconditional love who assist us spiritually each day need to shine just as we do. When they are embraced for their purpose, to assist with the spiritual growth of humanity through unconditional love, they too become a part of the legacy of light shining bright with love and helping to illuminate the world. Although you may doubt your goodness at times, and being human does mean there will be some very dark moments on your path, this oracle affirms that you are coming from love with the pure intention to simplify life or simply live your life and do your best in the circumstances in which you find yourself. You are being asked to avail yourself of the help that is awaiting your request so that your own light can become a part of the greater shining legacy of brilliance, divine brilliance made manifest upon the earth. This oracle is also guiding you to something in your family history or spiritual ancestry that is relevant to you now. Your spiritual ancestry can be recognized through the traditions and cultures you are intrigued by and interested in. They do not have to be the same as the spiritual traditions that you are raised with in this lifetime, although they may be. The influence of your family history and or spiritual tradition may be encouraging and constructive, but it may also be holding you back. Sometimes we unintentionally absorb the hidden fears of our parents or our religious upbringing, such as the beliefs that dreams cannot manifest or that we have to compromise to the point of losing what makes us feel truly alive. If you can relate to this or want healing, just in case that's happening beyond the level of your conscious awareness, simply complete the healing process below. If you are involved in a group project, this oracle is asking you to stay true to your heart of why you began working together in the first place and to seek assistance, protection, and guidance from a source that loves all of you unconditionally. You can do this through the healing process below. Finally, if you need a jolt to recognize that you are a creative being entitled to explore your ingenuity, perhaps through taking a class or pursuing your own artistic interest at home, then this oracle brings a particular guidance that yes, this is a part of your life path and you are encouraged to take it further. You are also acknowledged through the oracle as having some special creative and healing offering to make the world in this lifetime. You will leave a legacy of light for the greater good upon the planet. And you will be lovingly supported in many ways to be the great creative universal intelligence when you ask for help. If you don't know how to do that, just complete the healing process below. Okay, you guys. So I hope this message resonates. If you want to book a reading with me, my information is in the description box below, or will be. My website is in the description box now, though. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at themoderndaysage.com, TikTok, Detroit_born_letter N_Hayes. And that is all, you guys. Until next time. Love you. Bye. Okay.